you mentioned your wife.
Yeah.
You mentioned him agreeing on a 2-bed flat.
Yeah.
How important is it would you say, for somebody to, because you're in the fitness game,
Yeah.
okay? And I would like to say now, you're more than a fitness guy. You're a businessman, okay? Because sometimes people say the fitness guy. I'd say you're a businessman.
Yeah.
Fitness is probably secondary now to everything else. I think
Fitness has been number one for my life.
but to me,
industry-wise, industry-wise.
businessman
But I'm
to me
talking
now.
about, to me, like, in here, fitness is
number one.
Yeah.
Okay, I say maybe from my lens.
Yeah.
I see you as a businessman now. I think everything I see you do now is calculated business-wise. As much as fitness is everything, but I see you as a businessman. That's just my lens before everything.
Yeah.
Now, how important is it that you found your partner that was into fitness as well? And how detrimental would you say it could have been if you tried to be with someone who wasn't into fitness?
It wouldn't have worked. It just wouldn't work, man. Like the way that the commitment that I've had to training over the years, it needs someone that understands it and is like wants to be involved. Like for years, me and Shan used to train together.
Okay.
Every session, like so, every single session was a joint session. We trained together, and not just we're in the gym together. We're training. We're doing the same. She only switched it up because she was like, "Sim, I don't need the chest day like you do chest day. like I need a glutes day, and I need this, you know." So that was a couple years ago where we changed it. But before that, we were doing the same sets, the same reps, everything. You know.
You meet in the gym, or where did you go?
No. We met on Twitter.
Okay,
on Twitter, man.
perfect.
I saw a picture of her, and I was gassed, man. I was like, "Yo,
Is that a gym picture or just a general gym
I don't even
picture?
remember.
Okay.
Probably a modelling picture."
Okay.
And I what's his name? I DM'd her. I don't remember what I said, but we talk about it now. She don't remember what I said, but I said, knowing me.
I'm Simeon Panda.
No.
Man came in like M. Bison.
He could be the place in his handle. I went.
And do you know why? Not even? Because this is before that. Way before that. I've known my wife for, I think I asked her the other day, 14 or 13 years.
Okay.
We haven't been together for 14 years, but I've known her. And so when I first done that DM was 14 years ago. I was doing my 9 to 5 in the accountancy thing. Probably I was earning 17 and a half to 20. Okay. Like this is nothing to do with like so it was before all of that. And I said to her, I don't remember what I said to you, but knowing me, I probably just said, you know, like a yo. I'm just very simple, very chill. I don't do game, whatever. Like, so we just chatted, and then so that's how we met on Twitter, and then we had a first date, which was great. And I remember my guy Kevin and Joe will tell you this. I sent them a picture of her, and I said before the date, and I said if her personality matches how she looks, I'm out. Yeah, I said I'm out, like hanging up, whatever. Anyway, we had the date. It was a dope date. We had a good time, but nothing really came of it at that point. You know, nothing came of that at that point. And then we stayed in touch. Yeah, stayed in touch, and then I think it's maybe 2-3 years later. Okay. First date. And then from there, that first date was fantastic, by the way. And I always talk about it, and it makes me laugh when I hear people talking about courting, and then they're talking about he needs to earn this or he needs to do this. The date needs to be this. Me and Sham went to a Giraffe.
Yeah. Nice restaurant though.
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah.
And then we went for a walk on Embankment and sat and chatted for like time.
Yeah.
Beautiful date. Got to know each other. Beautiful date. Just that, like, if you're really courting, you want to just get to know each other. We talked about family and stuff. And obviously, while we're talking, we're probably thinking, I like what you said there. She's probably thinking, she's hearing me talk about I want to go to America because I had that same. I've had this from years. She's like, oh, okay. So we're you know, you're just vibing, and then built off that. You know, so that's. Like, I don't think people that are talking about this date stuff are actually talking about dating. They're just talking about trying to find someone for them. They're just talking about dating, as in enjoying a date. What I want on a date, not what I want as a partner to build. Is for this date we're having right now. What my enjoyment that I want needs to be this, and blah blah blah. The caliber needs to be etc.
Now, how much of your training discipline would you say comes into discipline? Because obviously you're an attractive guy. You know, you've got more resources than the average man. I'm going to say that some women will look at you and find you attractive. How much of your discipline that you put into training comes into you being disciplined as a man?
Are you talking about in terms of fidelity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that must be, because I always say you're as faithful as your options, and and access is key to a lot of things, and potentially you could have access to the vast majority of women. And I wonder, how do you stay disciplined? How do you, because it's hard. And I want to know, for some young guys who are watching this, is there any gems, or is it just as simple as saying no?
If you have a certain integrity, a certain standard you hold yourself to, and if that comes before anything, then you're not going to do that because you're letting yourself down. No one sees it, but you know it, and it's just lame. It's for you. Like, and if you don't care about that, yeah, go willy nilly, do your thing, and you're not gonna. It's not for me. That's very important. You know, like even behind closed doors, like me knowing is enough.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that having integrity to yourself, and I want to be a good man.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, you know, and that's part of being a good man. I think to being true to yourself and to your morals, etc. So I think that's why I don't find that as incredibly hard as people say. And you even said something about you're only as faithful as your options. But then let's be real, like everyone has options and always has. Yeah, had like most people, most.
Yeah.
I'm gonna caveat it. I'll caveat it because I think I've listened to podcasts or something where certain people do share something that was like probably alien to us, where it's like, no, there's people that they don't actually have options, you know, like they've struggled to, and that was an eye opener for me to hear, like, because you just feel like everyone can get some sort of, you know. So yeah, that's why I'll concede to that. Yeah.
And what would you say? You mentioned the word being a man.
Yeah.
And what would you say? I would say I'll look at you and I see. Obviously, I can only go by the optics and the visuals.
Sure.
You know, I see Simeon, the family man. So I see three versions of Simeon. I see the fitness man. I see the business man, and I see the family man. And one thing I always mention, I'm not very disciplined with training. So for instance, I'll be in good shape maybe for 2 months and then I fall off because maybe.
Well, just on that quickly, because obviously I watch the videos religiously.
Yeah.
You're training now, and you seem like you're enjoying it.
Yes.
Are we here now? Like, are we good to go? As in, this is the final. Get out of it, man.
What you mean, yeah? I don't know what it is, yeah. See discipline.
Yeah.
And the reason why I mention discipline is because you see one thing of training, and what I love about fitness is that you can't pretend. There's no whatever you do in the dark. Whatever you do in the dark is coming in the light. If you're PTing somebody and you give them a nutrition list and you give them a training list and you come back to them in 3 months, you will know whether they're stuck. You can't fake.
You can't hide it.
You can't hide it.
Yeah.
And that's why I always say that one thing. See, when I'm training and I'm disciplined, for some reason it goes throughout my whole life. I don't know how to explain it.
Yes,
but
as you do one thing, that's how you do all things.
It's weird.
It's a domino effect.
Well, in saying that, then what I've seen of you recently, you seem like you're calculated with everything that's going on right now.
just my
Your posts are calculated. Everything's calculated, and you seem like you're putting like
Thought into it.
method and thought into everything. So if everything lends itself to everything, everything's looking good right now.
No, it's working, but I think where my biggest issue with me is that everyone's got their passion.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think it's fair to say that with yourself and Chiz, I think fitness is you guys' passion. And I think that's why I asked you why you. So for instance, why did you start training? What was that? There's got to be some reason why you started.
Yeah.
What was the main reason?
Main reason, I always just think about this dude called Jude that I saw one time. African.
Oh, you
dude.
messaged me 2 days ago.
serious?
Yeah, I'm gonna link up with
Literally,
him still.
just
I said to him in the New Year's, I'm gonna link up with him.
ripped, and I said, I remember thinking, how'd you do that?
Oh, you
Obviously, I dabbled
Why
in.
do you want to be like
Bro,
that?
you messaged me out of the blue
Because
What was it about it that you wanted to be like that?
just looked formidable, man.
as well. Dude was a monster.
And why did you start training?
Dragon Ball Z.
See, no, but this is the thing. It's not just that. It was because I was training before that, but that was like, I want to look like that.
Okay.
Like,
That was the tipping point. That was,
Yeah, it was a tipping point,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah, and that's why I always have to mention it because it was significant, you know. But before that, Dragon Ball Z, seeing your freaking your Goku's, your Vegetas, the shoulders, the arms.
Yeah.
It's like, and you just watch the cartoons. You think, I want to look like that. Obviously, going to a friend's house and they have a bench and you mess around with it.
Yeah.
So, but the spark was that, and I bought. He told me how he did it. Just that I got some dumbbells. I bought dumbbells and. The real spark was just the first
Bro, he
curls.
messaged me out the blue the other day. I hadn't heard from him in time.
Yeah.
He goes, right, we need to link up. I said, yeah, we're going to link up soon. He said, when? I said, right, the New Year's I'm going to have loads of time, but we definitely need to link up. But it was just, the timing was weird because I was like, rah, Jude, I'm going to see you in a few years.